Okay, 1 second.
Okay, so here we're at the Nordic booth. We have some products that we're showing here. If we move over here, here we have a Bluetooth LE audio demo. So basically what we're showcasing is the broadcast functionality and the connected mode of Bluetooth LE audio. So on the broadcast, basically we have 2 transmitters that are sending on 4 separate channels to 2 different receivers, this one and this one. So what we can do is we can cycle on 4 mono channels, so 4 different songs basically. And this demo here is then the connected demo. So here we have one transmitter and 2 receivers here. So that's the main thing. What I want to say quickly is basically Bluetooth LE audio, we're using the LC3 codec. So that is basically, it's very, compared to Bluetooth Classic, you have better perceived audio quality and you also have better power consumption.
Are there many products with this codec on the market, or it's brand new?
It's quite new. It's quite new. Yeah.
And enables multi-streams and everything more than what's been done before.
Yeah, so you can do on the broadcast demo, you can do almost an unlimited number of receivers. If we move over here, here we're showcasing our Thingy World demo. So basically we have a few, we have this Nordic Thingy 91, which is basically based on the NRF 9160 SIP. So that's with LTM1 and narrowband IoT. And in this demo, basically, what we can see is, if we go here, you can see all of these devices that are actually connected. And if we go to this one, for example, we can see this one's based up in Trondheim, Norway. And here you can see the accuracy of the location. You can also see the temperature. You can see the humidity. Also the coordinates. If I go back here, I can actually see also, so basically here we're connecting to our own cloud, NRF Cloud, and part of NRF Cloud we have NRF Cloud location services. So in this case we are using single cell, so that means we're connected to one cellular base station to get a position. If we move over to the other side, I don't have the yes, just sorry, he's filming. Sorry about that. Okay, so in this demo here, we are basically showcasing the low power mode. So as you can see, if I press button 1, so now you can see we're basically reconnecting to the base station. So you have a bit more power consumption here. And then after a while, it will go back into PSM sleep mode. So on the PSM mode, we're roughly, as you can see, yeah, it's roughly like 4 microamps in sleep mode. What we're trying to showcase here is our NRF 9160 development kit. So that's this one here. Also has the NRF 9160 system and package. And we're showcasing the power profiler kit too. So this is the kit, it's connected to the NRF 9160, and then this one is connected to PC and it's showing this software here that's running. So this is a great tool for basically power optimization. So yeah.
So it's an exciting chipset for the industry.
Very, very exciting, yeah.
With the new levels of performance, you're going nanometer, you're going smaller?
Not nanometer, but we're looking at micro. I mean, we're in the microamp range. Yeah.
But I'm talking about the size of the die chip. It's a new process, and the price is interesting. Yeah, price is interesting, but that you can find out on our website. Let's move on to the. I think you might have to wait a bit, but we can move on to the location demo afterwards. let's walk around here. There's some bunch of demos there, and the screen. Maybe I'll go around here. So how does it feel to be back in embedded world?
Oh, it's great. It's fun being here. We see a lot of customers. So yeah, we have a lot of demos here. So yeah.
And how did you network with people during the strange 2 years? Did you have like a bunch of online webinars?
We had a lot of online webinars. So Nordic tech webinars. So if you go to nordicsemi.com/webinars, you can sign up for any upcoming webinars at Nordic.
So hi, so what are you showing here?
Yeah, so here we're showing off some of the different sort of location services that we provide. So this is using direction finding. It's based on the Bluetooth 5.1 standard. The way it works is that you need to have a kind of locator device with multiple antennas. In this case we have 12 patch antennas in a sort of array. And it will receive a signal from a beacon device. In this case it's just a standard NR52840 development kit. And based on these antennas, it can detect the phase of the incoming signal, which allows you to calculate we call it the angle of arrival or the angle of departure. And if you have multiple of these devices in a larger room, typically it would be like a commercial installation or industrial, like a larger building, you can then calculate the location of this device based on triangulating the angles received by different locators.
Is that RTLS?
No, so it's not using time of flight or anything like that. It's just using the angle of the RF signal, and since you have multiple locators, you can then do the triangulation on the back end side. So,
how's it different from previous Bluetooth positioning solutions?
Well, so traditionally Bluetooth would use RSSI. So this does not use RSSI, which means it's more reliable in terms of, say you have something in between that blocks the signal, you'll still get the right information. So it's basically more reliable and gives you better accuracy. So we should be able to go down to around 10 centimeter accuracy, depending on how many of these locators you have in the area. And another advantage compared to some other systems is that you have lower power consumption and lower cost compared to something like ultra-wideband, where you get very good accuracy, but you have to pay for it with power and cost of the system.
And what are you showing here on the screen?
Yeah, so this is basically taking the signal that is received from this beacon, and it's visualizing the angle in this interface. So as I'm moving this board around, there's a bit of delay, so it takes some time to update, but you should basically see that it will track the position of this device relative to this board. And the solution we have today, it only gives you the angle of the signal. So the higher level doing the triangulation is not something we currently provide, so that has to be added on top. And then as I move around, you should be able to see that the angle is updating here.
How many locators are required for it to work properly?
Well, you need at least 3 to be able to calculate an exact point in space. If you, in a building, maybe you can get away with 2, because you know that the device would be below you, it will never be above you. Then you should be able to get away with the 2 locators. But it really depends on what kind of accuracy you need. So obviously the more locators that you have, the more precise location you're able to achieve.
Is this something that can be integrated in a very small device, or?
No, I mean, I guess this device you can see over there, there's a smaller device, so you can make it a bit smaller. I don't know if you want to go and take a look, but
is it right there?
Yeah, it's the one you can see on top, you know. So this is actually running the same solution, it's just a different array. So you see, they've been able to make it a bit smaller. Okay.
You need to
Ah, okay. But yeah, you can make it smaller, but in general, the bigger it is, the better accuracy you get. So it's sort of a trade-off between the size and the resolution. So
are there any development kits available?
No, well, this one you can buy from a company called Insight SIP. So we have a partner of us, Insight SIP, that make modules based on the Nordic solution, and they will be able to sell you this type of board with the Insight SIP module. So yeah, if you communicate with them, it's definitely possible to get hold of one of these kits.
And is it like companies, track and trace kind of things, events? Who's going to be customer for this solution?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the size of this dictates that this is not really a consumer product. It's more for commercial installations, you know, in big office buildings or in hospitals or in venues like this, airports, any kind of location where you want to track a lot of devices with a moderate level of accuracy. And the advantage of our solution is that on the beacon side or on the transmitter side, you can have a very simple low power solution that can be small and where the battery life can be very good. So this is sort of the advantage of this solution compared to some other solutions out there.
How much is the current draw by the beacon device, and how long can it last on a coin cell battery?
Well, it depends on the frequency, how often you send updates, but you should be able to get a couple of year battery life with a 2032 coin cell based on this solution. It's just that as long as you make sure not to send the updates too often, you should be able to reach 2 years or beyond, I would say.
Is the AOA and the AOD supported in the SDK?
I'm not sure if we support both, to be honest. I don't remember that at the top of my head.
So you're pretty much helping to find a needle in a haystack using Bluetooth?
Basically, yes. Or if you've lost something in a bigger installation, you can't find the expensive equipment or things have been misplaced. You can help keep track of that.
More precise?
Yeah, lower power, lower cost on the device side, easy integration with existing Bluetooth solutions.
And do you have what's called Scandinavian partners doing this solution also, right? There's some companies up there?
Yeah, at least in Finland, I guess. We have some partners working with us on these kind of positioning solutions. So I guess, is it Kupo or Corvo? I always mix them up, but yeah, we are working with some of these companies that are very specialized on these sort of...
Use this?
They don't use this exact technology, but they use Nordic devices. But I think, I'm not sure how far along they are, but they make their own stack and their own positioning location based on the NRF52 devices.
What is the resolution of accuracy?
I don't know the Corvo solution, what kind of accuracy they achieve. You would have to talk to them. But it's relatively accurate. I think it's down to around 10 centimeters or something like that.
And for this solution?
It's similar. It depends on the distance. I mean, right now we only have one device, so we need to have multiple devices to be able to triangulate. So if you're quite close to the locator, you can get down to around 10 centimeters. But if you're very far away, I mean, the accuracy will go down. So it really depends on how many of these locators you have and how far away you are from the locator.
So what can you say about the antenna partnerships? Do you work with antenna providers or something like that?
Yeah,
nice.
So, well, we work with many different antenna providers, I guess. I mean, just on the cellular side, we have like Tauglas we work with. We have some other companies as well that work with us on these different antennas. On this kind of stuff, I don't know exactly. This one, I guess, we designed ourselves, so we haven't really got that made by anyone else. But yeah, we do try to find partnership with interesting companies that can sort of help us out on the antenna side.